I know that one cop was bad, but not all cops are bad. They're there to protect you. Just follow the law, and they won't bother you. I mean, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch.
An officer shot Alton Sterling, a black man who was reaching for his wallet when the officer shot and killed him with his child in the back seat. But hey, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. 4 officers shot 46 rounds into Milton Hall, a 49-year-old mentally disabled man who was armed with a pen. But hey, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. In Fresno, California, a police officer prevented a youth camp leader and his daughter from catching the next bus home, forcing them to walk several miles in the heat because he said so. But hey, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. An officer threw a black elementary school teacher to the ground twice, and the second officer said, "We're wary of blacks because of their violent tendencies." But hey, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. An officer pulled over a white man who was speeding due to his wife being in labor. The man was on his stomach while the baby's delivery was delayed even further. The ambulance were called, but she would have gotten there sooner if it weren't for the police. But hey, he's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. Northern California officer Noah Winchester has bragged and bragged about keeping the community safe. That was before he was arrested for raping 2 women in Los Rios Community College. That was before he was arrested for raping 3 women on duty in San Mateo. That's before he was also charged with 22 counts of kidnapping women he's pulled over for sexual favors. But the San Mateo Police Department plan on paying his legal fees. But hey, that's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. An unarmed black behavioral therapist was supervising his autistic patient who was playing with a toy truck at the park. When Florida police pulled up, the behavioral therapist laid obediently on the floor with his hands up, begging the officer not to shoot. The officer shot him, and then the therapist asked with blood on the floor, "Why did you shoot me?" The officer responded with, "I don't know." And according to the police union, he was actually trying to shoot the autistic patient. And it was deemed heroic. But hey, that's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. 30 black students were escorted off of Valdosta State University where the Republican National Convention transpired. The police involved in the case didn't even know who called them or why they were being called since the black students weren't even protesting. While it is speculated that Trump's campaign called the police, the 30 black students were not allowed on the property of the school, which they attended. But hey, that's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. A North Braddock police officer just outside of Pittsburgh was on a school bus when an elementary school child was smiling at him. The officer walked over to the kid, leaned over, and exclaimed, "Smile in my face one more time, and I'll be dragging your ass off this bus and back to that fucking police car. Don't smile one more time." But hey, that's just one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch. In 2014, a flash drive was discovered by a coworker of Glasgow law enforcement officer Marty L. Rainey, to which they discovered shocking images of him sexually assaulting and raping women and children. It was later discovered that Marty was using his badge to inflict fear onto his victims, for he also engaged in child prostitution. In one case, he even preyed on a mentally ill woman who was already a victim of another rape crime. The officer would send her photos of his penis. He then told the victim's mother that if she wanted justice for her daughter, then she would have to strip nude and send him pictures. Thankfully, he was recently found dead in his cell. But hey, that's just
one bad cop, one bad apple. Don't let the shit stain spoil the bunch.
Stop. What are we doing here? What is this noise that doesn't seem to end? It's almost like an echo, and it's been vibrating for many generations up to this day. It's always one bad cop, same old excuse, 1,000 times. I don't think that this is okay. You don't think that I'm so dumb, yet you would think that I would submit here to the ideas that cops aren't cruel? Fascism is anything but cool. Chris Dorner, Dan White, Zimmerman, and all the other countless examples I have not named. They're all justified and glorified. Apologists are blind and scared of all the stories that's been aired. It's like, have a one-sided report of a black man, and the cops are the heroes once again.
We don't hate the police because it's punk rock to hate the police. We didn't just wake up and decided it was hip and cool to oppose them. We don't cry ACAB because of the actions of a few bad officers in the bunch. The problem with the bunch is that they act